Hi. Um, so this is the first video update for Prosearium, and I have a lot to say. I have so much to share. This Patreon has been up since December 2019, and people have been supporting it all this time. So first of all, thank you so much for everyone who's been supporting our Patreon, even though we haven't been sharing many updates, but I'll explain why in a bit. The Patreon has helped from the beginning because the first thing I was able to do with the Patreon is pay for web hosting and all that stuff like that I need. And I needed to keep the website running, and even though it's a small amount, it's a small amount, but at the time, December 2019, I was a full-time student and I didn't have any sources of income really. I studied computer science in South Africa. Well, as of today, I'm done with studying computer science in South Africa. Not completely done, but I've actually been waiting a bit, to make an update because I've been waiting for my results for my project. I recently submitted my final year project, my final year computer science project. It's for a bachelor's degree, and that I got my results today and I passed. So yay! So I'm over. So I'm done. I'm done with my academic commitments. I'm really happy about that because um, I haven't been able to fully focus on a lot of games related stuff. For That's one of the reasons. One of the reasons is academic commitments. I had them until February 5th, at the beginning of this month, and I think even after that, I still needed to submit some other paperwork to finish off my project. The last of which I submitted on Tuesday this week. But yes, in total, I'm really happy that I'm done with my academic commitments. I think I'll share a link to the video for my final year presentation. Most recently, I've been able to delegate my part-time work, so I'm actually more available. All the stuff I'm doing right now is only games related, which is much better. Which is even though I have two part-time jobs, which I actively work. The It's all games related, which is very exciting. I don't have to switch into developer mode, programmer mode, student mode. Like that was switching back and forth between that like multiple times per week or even during a day. That was exhausting. But over the last few days, when I've only been doing games related stuff, like switching from researching games to switching to reviewing people's games, like that stuff is not hard because sometimes things connect. Having all the conversations I have are related to games right now, and I feel so much better. I feel so much better, and I feel like in the right state of mind to continue my work with Prosearium and give it my best effort, because I really feel like I haven't been giving it the best effort these last 2 years. Yeah, because of those circumstances. But yeah, so an update on the project. So, as you know, Proserum is the goal of Proserum is to document 1,000 African women and their contributions to games. So, I was recently able to hire someone to assist with social media. Uh, it was a 3 month contract, but I think it took a bit of focus away from me actually, doing the interviews. So as of actually just an hour ago, I finished interviewing a writer. Oh, and both of these are Zambian women, by the way. So I'm hiring a writer to assist me with keeping up with the interviews, because even if I guess even if we don't have a social media presence, I think as long as we're sticking to the goal, even if we don't have an active social media presence, as long as we're sticking to the goal of documenting African women in games, I think that's of course the main focus of the project. And if I want to achieve the goal of documenting 1,000 African women by a certain year. I think I should really focus on the writing aspect of this, and if I'm hiring people, they should be helping me directly with that. This is the first of the video updates. I actually I want to make more video updates for for my patrons, because like in my so like I said, in one of my part-time jobs right now is researching games, or more specifically, let me tell you, is researching game development ecosystems and the histories of countries related to games. So I'm finding out a lot of cool stuff, like about like the first games that were made in France. I think I'll make a whole video. I'll make some videos and send those. I guess because now yeah, I have more time to focus on games related stuff. And also I forgot, also another reason why I wasn't able to do updates before was also because I didn't have a great webcam. This webcam looks great. I didn't have a great webcam at all, and I did not have good internet and all that stuff. So that's kind of stuff which I've been able to get through my part-time job. But of course that stuff isn't permanent. Well, as in terms of like, well, I mean, I have this stuff now, so it's permanent. But the part-time job isn't permanent, so ideally, I would still like to in terms of support on Patreon. Like for now, I'm able to someone made a donation, a direct donation, like bank transfer donation, to help me get enough money to hire people to work for social media, to work on either social media, writing, whatever. But of course it's only enough for, I also have someone who helps, like outside of my work. I have someone who helps me with my accounts, and I think it's only enough like to until September, and enough to be able to pay people until September. So the Patreon ideally like would be able to help supplement that. By the time we get to September, I'm hoping, yeah, the Patreon will be able to supplement that, because so far for the Patreon, I've been using the funds for our website. For our website, and what else did I spend it on? And I did get a Jackbox games pack, so for games night on our Discord server specifically. Yeah, but generally I don't touch the funds until I need them for something specific. So like renewing the web hosting and stuff like that, which I have needed to do. And at some point I'll need to get the funds to be able to pay pay someone directly for social media or writing services. I don't want to make this video crazy long, so that's it. Or I guess what I'm gonna leave you with is so something which inspired me to actually do this project is this book, Women in Gaming: 100 Professionals of Play. I'm actually in this book. I forget on which page. I used to know. But yeah, this is a book that documents 100 women in gaming. And the thing is, when I saw this, I was just like, it's so nice to have everything in one place. Like, I can literally use this as a reference if I just want to open up and find someone. If I just want to open up and find someone who's working games. Oh, here's Bahia. She's from South Africa. So if I want to open up and if I'm looking for what women in games are doing, this is a great resource. So I thought, what, we should probably have a resource like this for Africans. Not particularly a book, but some website resource. But I would love for, just as a basic start, to get people more, to inform people more about what African women are doing in games. So I thought this was a great start. You also have Regina from South Africa as well. She runs 67 Games. She's doing other stuff lately, but her work in 67 Games was really awesome. But this is such a nice resource for looking at women in games, and I've actually gotten to learn about people, and I've gotten to meet people through like learning about them in this book. So yeah, that's like really awesome. Um, yeah, I don't have too much else to say, but like, cause now I'm really captured by this book, and I'm realizing that um, that it helped it there are so many people in here who like I'm actually learning about, even who I'm learning about even after this book was published. So it's a great resource. And I found my page. My page is page 334. That's me. Um, yeah. So I don't even know if this book is on sale anymore, but I'm only sharing it. I'm not trying to advertise it. I'm just like sharing this because I wanted to let you know like kind of one of the inspirations behind this project, and like why I think a resource like this would be very useful because having like a website where you can just look up about like you can look up um, even kind of like a database like where you can look up African women and their contribution to games, because honestly African women, like the reason why I started this project is because you don't see enough African women, even within games themselves. You don't see enough African women, much less working in games. So a lot of people give the excuse of they don't know any African women or they can't find them. So being able to have a resource where I can just say, look, here, these are all the women. Here they are. These are the African women. There they are. Like, if you need a speaker, if you need someone to collaborate with, like, look up this list of X many African women. But it'll be 1,000 at some point, and you can find someone from there. Like, I want it to be like that because I think there was definitely a point where it was all where people were kind of in fact to this day I think some people like put like they ask me or like to speak on the experiences of African women in games, and thing is I only know what I know. Like I only know the little that I know. I don't know all the experiences, and I can't I can't be the only one. I can't be the one speaking all the time. I shouldn't be the one speaking all the time. There are more women out there. There are more African women working in games out there. So that's why I'm building this project. I want people to be able to see and contact and collaborate with African women, in whatever capacity they have, because there are African women who have the skills and have been interested in game development. And also besides that also there are some people who have who have the ability to contribute to games and have the interest even though they don't particularly work in the game space, and those are also people I'm interviewing. So it's not always the game developers, it's not always the people who are working in games, specifically the game developers, the artists. It's not always those people who have contributed to games. People have contributed in other ways, writing, voice acting. Sometimes people are just hobbyists, business development testers. So I wanna give those people shed some light on African women in those spaces as well, and to validate and legitimize those positions, because they are they are part of the games industry. They are people who are working in the games industry, and I don't want people to feel like the only way they can be a part of the games industry is them being developers and artists. There's so many roles people are able to fulfill, and yeah, that's what I really want to achieve with this. So yeah, this is a long video. Thank you for listening. I think I'm gonna go edit it. Maybe I'll probably edit it down, but yeah, thank you so much for supporting me again, and thank you so much for supporting this project. Your support means a lot to me, and I'm really hoping that you'll be able to see a lot of growth in 2021, now that I'm free from some of my commitments. Yeah, so stay tuned and let me know what kind of stuff you'd like to see more.